Well, I want to continue as we are studying through 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. My theme has been Eternal Hope of the Living Church. Eternal Hope of the Living Church. I hope nobody walks in through the doors of this church and find that we are a dead church. Very easy to get there. It can come very naturally. But we want to be the church that's the living church that has eternal hope, and that can be people who will also lead the way in others who are seeking for the hope in this hopeless world. My message last week was prepared and waiting. Paul will speak to the Thessalonian church, and he will say to them, the Lord is coming, and this is how you should be ready and waiting for his return. But you know, in every avenue of life, we, mankind in general, need some kind of leadership. In the home, parents, mother or father, or both, give leadership. In school, we have teachers and principals. In army, we have generals and commanders and majors. In every aspect of life, leadership is needed. Jesus, when he came and taught the 12 disciples, and before he left this earth, he gave them instructions, and they became leaders. And that's how the Church of Jesus Christ was born, through Peter leading through the first message on the day of Pentecost. So today we are looking at 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 12 to 14. I'm going to break this message in two parts before we finish the chapter, and the thought continues on, but we can only go so long, so far, and I just want to bring this to you today. And I pray God will speak to your heart and will speak to my heart as we continue in this series. Responsibilities in the local church. You know, many times what I have encountered as a pastor is people put all the responsibility on one man, the pastor. And we are evaluated how hard and how well we work. And can I tell you, it is an impossible task for one man to take care of the Church of Jesus Christ. So here we come to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. You see, in the first chapter, the apostle thanked God for this body of believers, because among other reasons, they were an example to believers in Macedonia and Achaia, and because their testimony had literally echoed out across the country. If such a testimony was to continue, certain basic responsibilities to the church leadership, there should be certain basic responsibility to the church leadership within the leaders themselves and within the church as a whole, was absolutely necessary. Unless the leadership is properly recognized and functioning, and there is peace within the assembly through a deep and spiritual relationship with the Lord, and their witness, like when you see there is that kind of nourishing taking place in the local assembly called the church, you find there is a dynamic that's very different. And want to look at that.